Hi, my name is Mark Obanel, and I work at LSU. I run the Digital Media Arts and Engineering program here, and I've worked on video games. Maybe you've played some of them. I worked on FIFA Soccer, Need for Speed Underground, Def Jam Vendetta, just to name a few. Anyhow, today what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick demo. I normally takes 30 minutes for me to do this with a class. I do a live coding in front of an audience, and I often do it with middle school and younger students. So let's go in and run GameMaker Studio 2. So this can be downloaded for free on yoyogames.com, and you can get a free version, and we download it. And I'm going to log in and boot it up. And we load into the GameMaker IDE, and we are going to start a new game. So I'm going to go New, and we're going to use the GML game language. So I'm going to press GML game language, and then I'm going to call this Cosmic Shooter. So I type in Cosmic Shooter, I hit save, and we've got our main game window. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a sprite. We're going to create a spaceship that we can fly around. So we are going to right-click on the sprites in the resource menu on the right. So we'll right-click on sprite, and we are going to name it lowercase s ship. And we're going to make this a smaller sprite. We wanted it to be a bit smaller. The original game, this ship was small, so we're going to make it 32 pixels by 32 pixels. We're going to apply that change. And then we're going to edit the image. And in the image editor, we're going to use the default white color. We're going to select a slightly bigger brush, and we're going to use the polygon tool, the top left corner here of the polygon tool. So we go to the top left, and we're going to click once, and then we're going to go to the center right and click once, and the bottom left and click once, and then in the middle we're going to give it a bit of a tail so we know this is the front of the ship. So we've got our sprite, and for every sprite we need an object. So we can put an object in the room and add code to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to first create an object. We're going to create the object. We're going to call it lowercase o ship, and we are going to bind the sprite to it. So we are going to bind the ship sprite to that object. So we've got this ship called o ship and the sprite called sprite, and they give us a room. So we're going to go in on the right resource side and double-click rooms. And we've got a room now, and we are going to drag that ship object, and we've got ourselves a basic game. So I can hit run, and now I should have a game. It doesn't do anything. It's not very interesting. We've not added any functionality to it. So this is our game. It's a spaceship in a world. Great. So that's step one. So we're going to close that window. We're going to double-click our object ship. We're going to add a step event. This is a game loop event. This runs every frame. So every frame we are going to rotate this ship. So I'm not going to worry about comments right now because we don't have a lot of time on this video. But essentially, this is not interpreted by the game. So this is going to be movement for the ship. And what we're going to do is going to go image angle equals image underscore angle plus 5. So we're going to add 5 degrees to rotation. This is using the polar coordinate system. So 0 to 360 would be a full rotation. So 5 degrees every frame. Image angle will go up by 5 degrees every frame. So we are going to see this spaceship rotate. So this spaceship is rotating. It's rotating counterclockwise. We see that positive 5 is making the ship rotate counterclockwise. It's rotating on the top left corner. So let's fix that. Let's make it rotate on the center of the ship. Let's double-click that sprite, and let's go in, and we are going to go in the sprite, and we're going to change it to middle center. I am going to try and zoom in here. I'm going to try and zoom in here. We're going to make this a bit, we're going to center this a bit better, so it's rotating on the center. All right, so I've got it rotating on the center. So next time I run it, it will rotate on the center. And now let's make it work with a user input. So we are going to call a function. We're going to call if keyboard check. So this is going to return true if we are pressing the left arrow. So we're going to use the left arrow to go counterclockwise, which sort of makes sense in this game. And then we're going to go our curly braces and the curly braces. So if this resolves to true, it's going to add 5 to the image angle, which will rotate the ship counterclockwise. So we're going to run it and test it. And we have got this spaceship that runs counterclockwise. All right, cool, that worked. So let's now make it move clockwise. So we're going to add and go if keyboard underscore check vk right. Now this spaceship will run clockwise. So we're going to subtract 5 degrees, and that will go in the opposite direction. So now we're looking for a different key, and we're going in the opposite direction, which should move it clockwise. So now we've got a spaceship that moves in rotationally in 2 directions. So it's moving left and it's moving right. Perfect. All right, now let's move it through space. So we are going to add to the motion vector. So we're going to use a function, and the function is called motion_add. And we are going to go at the direction of the image angle of the ship. That's the direction we want it to go in. We are going to accelerate at half a pixel per frame. And then we are going to run it. So now we are accelerating the spaceship at half a pixel per frame. Let's add it to if keyboard. Let's only run that if we are pressing the up key. So it goes up and down, and we've got our little spaceship rotating and moving through space. So let's wrap it. So let's make it so that if it goes off one side of the screen, it's going to come out on the other. If we look down here, we can see that move wrap's a function. We're going to say true to horizontal, true to vertical, and we're going to set a margin of like 20 pixels. So this is going to wrap at every frame. And we are also going to cap the maximum speed. So we're going to go speed equals clamp. And this is going to clamp it between, this is going to clamp the speed variable between two values, 0 and 7. Let's test it out and make sure that works. Yeah, hey, now we got our spaceship, and it has a maximum speed. So it's not going off screen. That is great. But if I let go, it keeps going forever. So we're going to add a bit of friction. So we're going to go speed equals speed, and we're going to go minus less than the acceleration, like 0.2. So we're going to add a little bit of friction. Let's fix that. And we're going to run it, and now we should have friction. So we've got a spaceship prototyped, and it goes in all directions. It feels like a spaceship, and it comes to a nice stop. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and enjoy the Global Game Jam. This is Mark Obanel from LSU signing off. Take care.